There's a moment in this movie where Sonic gets kind of beat up, you know? He's getting shot and blown up all over the place. Like, God, he's really getting put through the ringer. Like, there's a few moments where he's down and he's wounded. You know, if only he had let the speed mend it. Thank you, that's my time. Good night! Alright, let's talk about the Sonic movie. This movie's actually good. This movie's actually really good. I enjoyed it. At the end of the day, it's not really doing anything that's entirely special in terms of movies. It feels different than most other movie adaptations of video games in that it's actually trying to feel somewhat faithful to the source material. Like, Sonic actually feels like Sonic. It doesn't feel like, oh, this is the movie version of Sonic. Like, he's like watered down or whatever. Or like they take one part of his character and they crank it up to like a bajillion for the movie. I don't think they do that. He feels different than he does in the games, I guess, but that's just because the circumstances are different. Jim Carrey, everyone's already said this, Jim Carrey's freaking amazing. Jim Carrey is so much fun in this movie. It is a bit of a departure from how Eggman is normally in the games, a bit. But still, at the end of it, he still feels kind of to the core of his character. Evil, kind of condescending, obsessed with making robots. He feels like Eggman, just a very different version of Eggman. He doesn't quite have that. He doesn't quite have that mad scientist vibe throughout the movie, like he does in the games. A lot of times in the games, he feels like a mad scientist, like a stereotypical crazy mad scientist kind of guy. And that's not quite what they do in the movie until like later towards the end. And Ben Schwartz is an amazing. Great casting. That was amazing. I don't know how many people were actually concerned about Ben Schwartz playing Sonic, but he does a great job. He's doing amazing. His voice works for the character so well. I kind of figured his voice would work for Sonic. Because like seeing him in the new DuckTales, he plays Dewey, and in the show, Dewey's kind of cocky and arrogant, always thirsting for adventure, just like Sonic is a lot of times. So I figured it works, and it does work in the movie. It's freaking great, and I think a lot of people have said this too. The movie is kind of fast paced. But the good thing about that is it doesn't freaking drag. This movie doesn't drag ever. There's never a point where you're like, can we go? Can we move on? Can the thing happen already? No, that never happens. Not in my opinion. This movie keeps going. It never stops the movie to do something stupid or ridiculous. There's kind of a moment early on, and that's kind of sort of one of those exposition dumps that you get. But that happens in the beginning, and only there so that we know about the human characters, and then we move on. Then the rest of the movie happens. Oh, the VFX. They're great. The VFX in this movie are quite good, and I feel like I need to say that because of everything that's happened. We all saw the first trailer that people didn't like for several reasons. But one of the main reasons being the design for Sonic. For whatever reason, I didn't hate it all that much. But then I did agree that it needed to be changed. It did definitely need to be changed, but I didn't think it needed a drastic overhaul, like a lot of other people said. But definitely the new design is way better than the old one. I don't know what the frick they were thinking. I don't know what the heck they were thinking with their design. This design is great. A lot of things in this movie that are meant to be kind of more heartfelt would not work with the old design. They just wouldn't. But the new design, it works great. So I'm happy for that. I wanted to see this movie. I'm telling y'all to see this movie. because people had to work freaking overtime for this. A lot of animators had to work their butts off working overtime to make this happen. The VFX studio that was responsible for redesigning Sonic literally got shut down before the movie came out. The studio literally died for this. Because all y'all, we're complaining about the old design. Fair complaints. Some of them. Y'all wanted to change, and the change came at a price. Now freaking go and buy a ticket, go see the movie, and freaking don't be one of those people who went out there and complained about the old design and saw the new design and didn't see the movie. Don't do that. Actually go to the theater and buy a ticket so that the studio knows that listening to the fans is actually a good thing sometimes. Not always, but sometimes it works. And all those animators that had to work overtime and probably lost their jobs because of the studio shutting down, we can't let all that work be in vain. Go watch this movie. Go freaking buy a ticket. Sit down. You watch the movie. To the theater. Don't do some sort of bootleg thing where like if you find an illegal copy on the internet or whatever. No, you go to the theater. You support them. You pay your money. You buy your ticket. You see the movie. Alright? Legitimately. I'm holding y'all to this. If you don't, if you tweeted, if you freaking complained about the old design and didn't see the movie, I'll find you. I'll find you and do things that will be unpleasant. I'm not good at threatening, but you know what? Go see it. Just go see it. Just do it. This movie deserves the success for all of this character design debacle alone. Alright? Just go see the movie. Just do it. You'll have a fun time. It's fun. It's enjoyable. It's energetic. It's funny. Jim Carrey is great. Ben Schwartz as Sonic is great. James Marsden is doing amazing. I don't know about amazing, but he's doing great. This movie's good. So go watch it. Please, I beg of you. Not just because I'm a Sonic fan, which I am, but because the studio needs to know that listening to us is good. Okay? Okay. And now also, I want a sequel. I want a sequel because they set it up. The end of the movie, the last scene, and then the end credits. Because there's a mid-credit scene. Watch the mid-credit. Don't leave. Don't come up. You think the credits start rolling? Don't get up. Don't leave. There's a mid-credit scene. This is just par for the course now. Just don't get. If you go to a Blockbuster. Just don't. If you go to some sort of Blockbuster movie or whatever, if you go to any movie, just don't get up. Just don't do it. Don't get up until the credits are over. Just don't do it. Just assume that there's gonna be something, because nowadays there always is. But yeah, I'm gonna get into some light spoilers here. Some light spoilers, if you care. Some of y'all might not, but I cared, so I'm giving y'all the warning. All right. That's a warning. Light spoilers for like the tail end. The tail end. Wink. The tail end. You were warned. So at the end, Sonic, because like throughout the movie, Sonic is like, okay, when they find him, and then the rest of the movie, Sonic is trying to get his rings so he can throw him open up a portal to this mushroom world. And like the whole time he's like, I gotta go to the mushroom world. I'm not safe here. It's not safe for me to be here. I gotta go. But then by the end of the movie, he ends up sending Robotnik there. I'm gonna call him. I'll call him Robotnik for this. I'll call him Robotnik. That's what they call him in the movie. I usually always call him Eggman. And Sonic calls him Eggman later on, towards the end. But regardless, he's in the mushroom world, and then the movie quote unquote ends, I think the title card actually shows up, and then we see him shaving his head. He's bald. His mustache is all out, and just it's all out, you know. And he's in his red, and he's Eggman. They set him up to actually be proper, legitimate Dr. Eggman. He even does the voice. he even does the voice for a small bit, for a quick second. And then the credits start, and mid-credit scene, we see Tails show up in a portal. We see a portal open up. Tails is there. He's like, according to these readings, he's here. I hope I'm not too late. Meaning that there's something happening on Mobius. If that's what they're gonna call it, they better call it Mobius. That just makes sense. Duh. What else would they call it? Stupid. What am I doing? Yeah, something's happening on Mobius. I'm gonna assume that has something to do with some certain jewels, some certain emeralds that we're all familiar with. Chaos Emeralds. I'm talking about the Chaos Emeralds. If they make a sequel, I'm expecting it somehow Eggman's gonna get off of Mushroom World and end up on either Earth or Mobius, and then here's what's gonna happen. Here's what I think is gonna happen. Tails is gonna meet up with Sonic and say, "Hey, something's happening on Mobius. Hey, something's happening on Mobius. You gotta come with me." And then they're gonna go. They're gonna probably meet Knuckles, and he's gonna be there with the Master Emerald. Either he's gonna be there with the Master Emerald, or the Master Emerald's already taken, and it's gonna be a situation of we gotta get the Chaos Emeralds. We gotta get the Chaos Emeralds. If we don't, something bad's gonna happen. We gotta get the Chaos Emeralds, or the Master Emerald, or all of them. And what's gonna happen? What's gonna happen is Eggman's gonna get off of Mushroom World somehow, and either he's gonna come back to Earth and then follow Sonic to Mobius, or he's gonna be already on Mobius, and then he's the one who took the Master Emerald, just like always, or he took the Chaos Emerald, and he's gonna try and get power or whatever, and then we gotta stop him. It's gonna be that whole thing. And then by the end, there's this big giant climactic battle where Sonic turns into Super Sonic, and he's gonna be all yellow and flying around and stuff. There's gonna be more references to the games. The move we're gonna see Spin Dash. We're gonna see Spin Dash. We kind of saw Spin Dash in this movie, but in the sequel we're gonna get a proper Spin Dash. We're gonna get more proper Spin Dash. We're gonna see a homing attack. Freaking, maybe there's boost pads. I don't know. Probably not actually. Who the frick knows? I don't freaking know. You don't freaking know. So don't talk to me like you do know. Maybe talk to me like you do know. I would love ideas. I want a sequel. I want this movie to get a sequel. I want this movie to do well. I want a sequel to happen because I want the storyline to happen. I want to see the Chaos Emeralds. I want to see Knuckles. I want to see more of Tails. I want to see the tornado. Not the weather, the plane. The tornado. The plane that they fly. I want to see Tails doing his tech thing, being all sciencey and whatnot. I want to see a lot of him flying around. We see that at the end, but I want to see him flying. I want to see it. I want to see it happen. I want to see it for realsies. I want to see Knuckles. I'm pretty sure those are echidnas chasing him. No, that's what it is. The echidnas are like power hungry or whatever. That's why they were hunting Sonic, and now they've hoarded the Master Emerald for themselves. It's that kind of a thing. They were, oh no, that's it. I have it in my brain. So they were after Sonic to get his power. Sonic left, and then after Sonic had left, they found the Master Emerald. And they were hoarding its power. But then something happened, and probably having to do with chaos. I don't know, but something happens. And then they're all extinct except for Knuckles, just like in the games. All the echidnas are extinct except for Knuckles, and he's the one guarding the Master Emerald now. Oh, not because of power, but just because that's his duty. That's just what he does. And something happens, and then some new evil comes around and probably Eggman ends up on Mobius, tries to take the Master Emerald for himself, and then or maybe it's not quite the Master Emerald. Maybe it's not the Master Emerald. It's the whole movie. It's about the Chaos Emeralds, and then they collect them all. We get Supersonic, and then by the end of it, there's an end credit scene that hints. There's the end credit scene, and then we get the Master Emerald, and then they set up for another sequel. And in that sequel, they go back to Earth, and the government is making Shadow. Also, Amy shows up somehow. You gotta get Amy in there. I got this mapped out. I got the whole storyline. I got it, man. And Paramount, freaking call me up, hit me up. I got you. Paramount, call me up. I'll give you the hookup. You just give me a royalty check. We all good, baby. But no, yeah, watch the Sonic movie. It's good. It's quite good, and I'm excited for whatever sequel we get. If we do get it, I genuinely hope we do get a sequel. I think I want it. I want it to happen, and I'm excited to see it. I feel like it will. These types of movies tend to have people, tend to have like keep the casuals going for. It tends to have the normies going. I feel bad for that. I feel like that's an insult. I don't like that. Regardless, as a more casual audience going to see the movie, so it rakes in its money that way, and then a sequel gets made, and I'm sure in the sequel they would give us more fan service. I'm sure, but because of the fan outcry that came out from the trailer already, I'm pretty sure that they want to lean more into fan service to please us, the Sonic fans, in a sequel. In the sequel, I'm sure of it. Unless I'm wrong. If I'm wrong, oh well, eat my words. But regardless, the movie's good. You gotta go see it. And I hope it gets a sequel. That's my time. Put up the end card.